Good day, everyone. Welcome to our Understanding the Self subject. Let us continue our discussion about Chapter 3 Managing and Caring for the Self, particularly our Lesson 3 Taking Charge of One's Health. Our lesson objectives or goals for today's class. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to first explain holistic health and its dimensions. Second, identify factors that influence personal well being. Third is to assess current health habits using self reflection tools. Fourth is to demonstrate self regulation and self management. Fifth is to develop smart health goals. So, yung meaning ng SMART ay na-discuss na natin previously. And lastly is to apply practical strategies in order for you to improve your nutrition, sleep activity, stress, and hygiene. So this is our table of contents. We have actually 9, including your activity. So the first one, what is health? Second, factors that influence health. Third, health behavior and self-management. Fourth, key areas of taking charge of one's health. Fifth is health goal setting. Six, ano ba yung mga common na health challenges na nararanasan ng mga estudyante katulad ninyo? Seven naman ay mga techniques, tips, or strategies in order to overcome this kind of challenges. And lastly, taking responsibility or action plan. And of course, you'll be having your activity which will be later uploaded in your Google Classroom. Okay, let's start off with what is health. So, health is a major aspect of the self. Taking charge means being proactive, responsible, and mindful of habits that affect physical, mental, emotional, and social well being. Also, understanding oneself involves recognizing how lifestyle choices affect quality of life. So, sa ating lesson na taking charge of one's health, no, actually, in this chapter, we'll explore something very important pero minsan hindi natin napapansin, which is our health, yung kalusugan natin mismo. So, health is not just about wala kang sakit, okay? Health means kompleto yung well-being mo. Physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. So, pag sinabi nating taking charge of one's health, it means hindi tayo naghihintay na magkaproblema bago tayo magbago sa ating mga routines or habits sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. Tayo mismo yung gumagawa ng paraan, no, in order to maintain wellness. We become proactive, ibig sabihin we are willing, no, we are disciplined, hindi na kailangang utusan pa. Tayo mismo sa sarili natin ang gumagawa nang walang paalala ng ibang tao, no? We become also responsible and aware. So our goal today is to understand health in a holistic way, okay? I-identify natin kung ano yung mga habits natin na nakakaapekto sa ating well-being and malaman natin, maunawaan kung ano nga ba yung mga paraan para maka-form or maka-formulate tayo ng healthier routines. So, according to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease. Ibig sabihin, hindi porket hindi ka nilalagnat, healthy ka na, no? Hindi porket wala kang injury, okay na yung whole life mo. Health is multidimensional. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng holistic health? Dahil sabi dito, holistic health means all dimensions are connected. A problem in one area affects the others. So here are the key dimensions of health. Remember that these are 5 dimensions of health. So pag pinagsama-sama itong physical, mental, emotional, social, at spiritual, ang tawag doon ay holistic health or holistic self. Okay? Simulan natin sa physical health. This refers to your body condition, fitness, sleep, nutrition, or yung kondisyon ng katawan mo at saka yung biological functioning. Okay? Kasama dito yung energy level, strength, and stamina, no? Yung kwalidad ng iyong tulog, eating habits, immune system, and presence or absence of sickness. So, for example, kung lagi kang inaantok during class, no? Hindi lang yan pagod. Hindi lang yan pagod. It could reflect poor sleep, kulang sa tulog, poor diet, or too much screen time. The second one is mental health, thinking patterns, stress levels, or clarity of thought. So, pag sinabi nating mental health, this is about how your mind functions, no? Clarity, focus, memory, and thinking patterns. Kasama na dito yung decision making, your ability to concentrate, handling academic demands, creativity, and problem solving. So, in mental health, kapag nagpapanik ka kaagad, no, after one low quiz score, that actually affects your mental health. A healthier mental response is okay, I can still improve. Let me identify what to study next. Or let me identify kung saan ako nagkulang. Okay? For the third one, emotional health, this refers to your ability to understand, express, and regulate feelings or emotions. So kasama dito yung self-awareness, your ability to calm down, managing anger or managing sadness, expressing feelings in a healthy way, at saka yung empathy mo towards other people. Example natin for emotional health, no, instead of yelling or shutting down, emotionally healthy people say, I feel overwhelmed. I need a short break. Okay? So instead of lashing out to people, no, galit ka, kung ano nang lumabas sa bibig mo, kung ano nang isinigaw mo, no, just take a break. Okay? Pahinga ka muna. Diyan sa isang tabi, huwag ka muna magsalita ng kung ano-ano. Ikalma mo yung sarili mo. Isipin mo kung anong lalabas sa bibig mo. Kasi kapag nasabi mo na yan, wala na tayong magagawa. Nakasakit ka na, nakaapekto ka na ng ibang tao. Okay? So you have to learn how to control your emotions. Next is number 4, social health. Ito naman yung quality ng relationships mo sa ibang tao. Kasama dito yung communication skills, paano ka makipag-interact sa ibang tao, your ability to form meaningful friendships, healthy boundaries, ability to ask for help, and participation in community or family settings. Healthy social behavior is when you can say no muna. I need to study even if your friends invite you to go out. So dapat meron kang boundary, limit in your social life, no? In order for you to have a healthy social being. Next ay spiritual health. This is about values, purpose, morality, and meaning in life, no? Kapag kasi sinabi nating spirituality or spiritual health, naire-relate agad natin siya sa religion. So yes, tama naman. However, hindi lang siya umiikot sa religion. It also includes your principles, purpose, sense of direction, your inner peace, your connection to something bigger than yourself. So, for example, people who know their purpose are more motivated and more resilient in challenges. Mas matyaga sila. Okay? And then now, we're done with the 5 key dimensions. So, pag pinagsama-sama again, yung limang yan, ang tawag ay holistic health. So, all these dimensions are interconnected. Konektado lahat yan. Kung may problema sa isa, naaapektuhan ang iba. So, I have here a simple scenario kung paano natin masasabi na interconnected itong limang ito at paano ito nakakaapekto sa bawat isang health. So, kapag puyat ka, that is physical. Kapag mababa yung focus mo, that is mental. Kapag irritable ka, that is emotional. Kapag nag-aaway-away sa friends or naapektuhan yung relationships mo with others, that is social. And then, nawawalan ka na ng motivation, that is spiritual. That is why holistic health is important. Balanced wellness requires all dimensions working together. Next ay factors that influence health. No, let's look at the different influences on our health. The first one is lifestyle choices. So, ito yung daily habits mo. Your health today is the result of your habits yesterday. Kasama dito yung eating routine, sleeping pattern, physical activity, stress responses or stress coping strategies, no? What else? Screen time, study habits, and lastly ay substance abuse or yung paggamit mo ng alcohol, cigarettes, and etc. So, example, I have here an example, no? Kung ang daily habit mo ay mag-skip ng breakfast, matulog ng 2:00 ng madaling araw at umupo buong araw at gumamit ng cellphone nonstop. So, you cannot expect to feel healthy and energetic kung ganun yung habit mo. Number two is environment. So, your surroundings shape your health. Kasama dito yung family habits, home cleanliness, community safety, noise levels, and access to clean water and health services. So, if your environment is stressful or chaotic, no, mas mahirap maging emotionally stable. If sa food options naman sa bahay ninyo are mostly processed foods, no, healthier choices become harder kasi nga nasanay ka na sa mga junk food or kaya naman ay fast food, 'no? Next, we have biological factors. So some things about health are inherited or natural, such as genetics, age, pre-existing conditions or medical history at saka hormonal changes. For example, kung may asthma sa family, no, kailangan mas maingat ka sa mga triggers and kung teenager ka, mas prone ka sa stress and sa sleep issues. Next, social influences. Health is also influenced by people around you, no? Friends, school culture, work culture, no? Yung mga online and media habits mo, yung online content, social media behavior, no? Peer pressure. Example natin dyan, kung yung mga kaibigan mo ay nag-exercise, most likely you will too. Okay? Sabi nga sa isang English idiom or proverb na birds with the same feather flock together. So, yung mga madalas mo nakakasalamuhan, nakakasama, mga kaibigan mo, madalas meron kayong similar interests, hobbies, no? That's why meron kayong somehow mutual or pagkakaintindihan, no? Kaya kayo nagkakasundo. If your online feed is full of negative or toxic content naman, it actually also impacts your mental health. So make sure to like those Facebook pages or Facebook groups or add friends those people na positive yung nadadala sa inyong social media feed. Like the influences and even just the simple quotes, no? Yung mga optimistic persons. Okay? Yun yung i-follow nyo. Huwag yung pani-negative ang dala. Next, health behavior and self management. Taking charge of health actually requires three things. First is self awareness. This is knowing your current habits. You have to ask yourself, do I sleep enough? Do I engage in physical activity? Or ilang oras na ba ako naka-phone everyday? Nag-walking na ba ako ng 20 minutes? How do I manage stress? Am I stressed? Why am I stressed, no? Kumakain ba ako on time? Ano ba yung mga eating patterns ko? Meron ba akong break sa work? Okay? Do I exercise even a little, no? So, just like what I've mentioned previously, self-awareness is the first step. Dapat self-aware ka. Alam mo yung habits mo, yung routines mo, yung strengths and weaknesses mo, kung saan ka mas magfo-focus. Okay? Why self-awareness is the first step? Kasi hindi mo mababago yung habit na hindi mo alam. Next, we have self-regulation. Ito naman yung ability mo na i-control ang behavior mo kahit mahirap. Okay? Following a schedule, setting boundaries, planning routines, avoiding harmful habits, saying no to unhealthy temptations. No? Napakahirap kasi magsabi ng hindi or no. Especially kapag tayo ay nasa stage ng pagiging people pleaser, no? In the first set of interactions, kapag hindi pa masyado magkakakilala, oo ka lang ng oo kasi gusto mo magkaroon ng friends, gusto mong gumaan yung loob nila sa'yo, gusto mong makita ka ng mga tao na mabait ka, okay? And then seeking help when needed. So kung alam mong madaling araw ka pa natutulog, self-regulation means setting a 10 p.m. boundary. No more phone, no more scrolling, time to rest. Hindi siya madali pero it is possible. Next ay self-efficacy. Ito naman yung belief na kaya mo magbago. People with high self-efficacy actually say things like, kaya ko i-manage ang stress, kaya ko bawasan yung soft drinks unti-unti, kaya ko mag-start ng workout routine kahit 5 minutes a day, no? And people with low self-efficacy give up quickly. Mas mabilis silang sumuko. This high self-efficacy leads to better motivation, higher success in building healthy routines, and less stress and avoidance behaviors. So, hinaharap mo yung mga problema at sitwasyon, hindi ka palaging siiwas. Therefore, your belief in yourself actually influences your success. Next naman ay key areas of taking charge of one's health, no? Let's go deeper with practical tips. The first one is nutrition and healthy eating. So good nutrition fuels brain function, energy levels, and emotional stability. You have to eat a balanced diet. Okay? Alam nyo naman siguro ang go, grow, and glow food. Okay? Elementary pa lang, tinuturo na kung ano-ano yung mga yan. Choose whole food over processed food. Typo lang sa S 'no, walang S ang food. And then hydrate well, make sure to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily and practice mindful eating. Okay? So good nutrition also means stable energy, you have strong immune system, you have good skin, better memory, and better mood. So instead of soft drinks daily, try water or iced tea every other day until you minimize. Next naman ay physical activity. Movement is medicine. Okay? Regular exercise improves heart health, cognitive function, and mood. At least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. Combine cardio, strength, and flexibility exercises. Avoid prolonged sitting and screen time. So, ano namang benefits ng mga ito? Of course, better mood, better sleep, stronger heart, no, less stress, higher self-confidence. So, bigyan ko kayo ng mga activity na pwede ninyong magawa like walking ng 20 minutes, mga home workouts, jogging, school PE activities, no? Kahit nasa school, meron kayong mga pinapagawa sa inyo like dancing or simple activities, no? Stretching between study breaks also could help. Example, start with 5 minutes daily. Hindi naman inaagad-agad ka na magwo-walking ka ng 2 hours, no? Hindi. Pwedeng 5 minutes muna and then 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Unti-unting improvement. Okay? Remember that consistent small actions beat big actions you cannot sustain. Next, sleep and rest, no? Sleep is actually not a luxury. It is a requirement. Okay? Sleep restores the body and the mind. 7 to 9 hours recommended for young adults. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Avoid screens at least 1 hour before sleeping. So, bakit nga ba delikado sa kalusugan ang kulang sa tulog? It gives you poor memory, low concentration, mood swings, laging galit, laging naiinis, yung pala ay kulang lamang sa tulog, weaker immune system, and higher stress. So, better sleep habits, fixed bedtime, reduce heavy meals bago matulog, no screen ng 30 to 60 minutes bago matulog, and keep room cool and quiet. So, for example, kung nahihirapan ka mag-adjust, kung natutulog ka madalas ng 2:00, para makapag-adjust ka slowly, no? Lunes, 2:00 ng madaling araw ang tulog, Martes, 1:30, Miyerkules, 1 AM, Thursday, 12:30, Friday, 12, no? Pabawas ng pabawas. Next, stress management. Stress is normal, burnout is not. Again, stress is normal, burnout is not. Chronic stress affects immunity, mood, and academic performance. So, bago ko kayo bigyan ng techniques in stress management, ano ba muna yung mga signs na stress ka? First is irritability. Ibig sabihin, lagi kang ines, lagi mainit ang ulo mo, lagi kang galit. Next ay headaches, madalas masakit ang ulo mo. Third, overthinking. Over pa sa future ang pag-iisip mo. Next, body tension and lack of motivation. Parang tamad na tamad ka sa buhay. Techniques, or healthy coping strategies, deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay? Prayer or meditation, physical exercise, time management, journaling, talking to trusted people. Pwede rin ang breaks during study, pahinga din pag may time. Apply mo yung Pomodoro technique natin. Listening to calming music, no? And the most important one, I would say, is time management. Kasi madalas sa mga tao nai-stress kapag kulang na sa oras, kulang na sa pagpe-prepare, gahol na sa time, 'no? Naghahabol tayo lagi ng oras, especially mga Pinoy, because of the Filipino culture na Filipino time, 'no? Lagi tayong ngarag, okay? So, make sure to manage your time well. Instead of scrolling for escape, try journaling 5 minutes to unload your thoughts. Next, we have the personal hygiene reduces illness and boosts confidence. So, malaki ang epekto ng hygiene sa ating kalusugan. Habits include daily bath, clean clothes, toothbrushing twice a day, or yung mga oral care natin, washing hands, using deodorant, cleaning your environment, or self-grooming. Okay? Remember that a clean study area equals to less stress and better focus. Next, safe and responsible behaviors. Kasama na dito ang pag-iwas sa paninigarilyo, excessive na pag-inom ng alak, and paggamit ng drugs. Practice digital wellness, screen time limits, healthy online habits, follow safety protocols in school, home, and community. So you have to be mindful of your online behavior, no? Hindi sa social media umiikot ang buhay. Meron tayong reality, no? Kahit wala yung mga cellphones na yan or wala yung mga digital products na yan or yung online presence mo, tuloy pa rin ang ikot ng buhay. Now, without the emergence of technology, yes, of course, mas bumilis ang buhay, ang communication, nakaka-video call yung mga kamag-anak natin sa ibang bansa, no? Mabilis na yung palitan ng mga mensahe, but still focus on the reality. Ang buhay ay tatakbo kahit wala kang social media. Practice screen detox, no? Walang phone habang nakain, bago matulog, at during study time. Next, we have the role of mindset. Okay? We already explained what is the difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset, but I also included some help here. No, help students believe they can develop healthier habits, bounce back after failures, stay motivated despite challenges. So positive thinking influences physical and emotional health through better resilience, reduced stress, increased optimism, and greater goal achievement. So ang fixed mindset ay merong pag-iisip na hindi ko kaya magbago, hindi ko kayang magbago, okay? Ganito na talaga ako, hindi talaga ako magaling sa English, hindi talaga ako maka-gets kaagad sa math, okay? Growth mindset, example, kaya ko mag-improve kahit kaunti-unti. Kahit unti-unti, I can build healthy routines, okay? Positive mindset, again, leads to more resilience, less stress, higher motivation, and better overall health. Health goal setting. Students can manage health by setting SMART goals. Again, when we say S in SMART, specific, means measurable, A means achievable, R means relevant, and T means time bound. I have here some examples. For example, ang goal natin ay sleep. I will sleep 7 hours every day for the next 3 weeks, o kaya naman I will sleep 11 p.m. every night for the next 14 days. Next example, kung ang goal natin ay exercise, I will walk 20 minutes after class 3 times a week. And last example, kung ang goal naman natin ay about nutrition, I will drink 6 glasses of water daily for the next 10 days. Common health challenges of students. Students today actually struggle with sleep deprivation, academic pressure, stress and burnout, no? Poor eating habits kasi nga naghahabol sa oras. So, ang mga nakakain na lang ay yung mga init sa 7-Eleven, Alfamart, mga fast food na naka-ready na even before you send your order or say your order. No, lifestyle, anxiety, and mental pressure, social isolation, and digital addiction. So, bakit nga ba nangyayari ang mga ito? Dahil sa overuse ng gadgets, hindi masyadong marunong mag-manage ng time, lack of boundaries, hindi nagbibigay ng limit, cultural norms natin na mga Pinoy na bahala na, mamaya na, sige na, okay na 'to, peer pressure and lack of self-awareness. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung kailangan mong baguhin sa sarili mo. Strategies to overcome these challenges: create daily routines, use planners or apps for time management. For the daily routines, make sure na yung mga agenda mo isulat mo sa gabi. Okay? So, kinabukasan, anong gagawin mo? Isulat mo na yon. Use planners or apps for time management. Actually, it depends to the person. Kasi, katulad ko, hindi effective sa akin yung nasa phone. Ang gusto ko, sinusulat ko pa. Tapos, nilalagyan ko pa siya ng tick box. Yung square, tapos checkan mo kapag tapos mo na. So, feeling ko, mas accomplished ako or mas gusto ko siya matapos kasi nga naka-tick box. So, parang it's a very small motivation for me. Next, seek campus guidance or counseling. No, if you'll be needing counseling, our admin office is open for you. Join clubs or engage in physical activities. Widen your social presence, no? Your social life. Limit phone or social media usage. Again, hindi umiikot ang mundo sa online self mo, sa media, online media, no? Maintain and support a supportive social circle. Napaka-importante ng support system. May it be your family members, your friends, or your classmates. Napakalaking tulong na hindi ka mag-isa sa lahat ng ginagawa mo sa buhay. Most especially sa pagbabago in changing your routines or habits. Action plan starting today, you have to do these steps, assess your habits in all health dimensions. Second, identify 2 habits you want to improve, no? Katulad na lang ng sleep, ng diet, ng stress, ng exercise. Third is to set smart goals. Fourth is to track your weekly progress. Dapat naka-quantify natin or na-measure natin yung goals mo. Fifth is to share your goals with someone you trust for accountability. Pwedeng classmates, friends, or family. Lastly, taking charge of one's health is a lifelong process of developing awareness, responsibility, and commitment to healthy living. So, by improving your habits in nutrition, no, sa sleep, stress management, hygiene, and activity, you actually strengthen your mind, your body, and your emotions. Good health allows you to function well today and prepares you for a better life tomorrow. That's the end of our lesson 3. If you have questions, feel free to send it in our GC. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.